JBNN keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones. Before we get into the news, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and share the news with someone today. Now onto the news. Man killed after chef chopped to death in St. Andrew. A man believed to be mentally ill was killed by an angry mob in Mount James, St. Andrew on Sunday, shortly after allegedly chopped a chef to death in the community. Reports indicate that the man attacked and fatally chopped Chef Gregory Henry along Water Lane in the area. In retaliation, residents mounted a manhunt, dragged the alleged attacker into nearby bushes, and killed him. The unidentified man was reportedly chopped to death. Police are treating the incident. Police are treating the incident as a suspected case of vigilante justice. Manchester police probing suspected drowning of toddler. The Manchester police are investigating the circumstances surrounding the suspected drowning of a 17-month-old boy in the parish on Friday night. The deceased has been identified as Devonta Lewis from the community of Hollywood in Norwood, St. James. The infant is believed to have drowned in a swimming pool at Downs, Newport, Manchester, about 11 p.m., reports say. His body was retrieved and later removed to the morgue. The matter has been reported to the Alligator Pond Police, and an investigation is now underway. Elderly man charged after 3-pound ganja seizure. A 71-year-old farmer has been charged with possession of ganja and dealing in ganja following an incident on Queen's Avenue in Gregory Park, St. Catherine on Saturday. Is Austin McCullough, otherwise called Bigger Man of Bellersgate, Old Harbour in the parish. Reports from the Portmore police are that about 2:30 p.m., McCullough was observed by a police team at a stall making a purchase with a black bag in his right hand. On seeing the police, McCullough allegedly threw the bag to the ground. The lawman approached McCullough, it was accosted and searched, and the bag was retrieved. The police said the bag was searched, and a large quantity of vegetable matter resembling ganja was reportedly found. The contents of the bag weighed over 3 pounds. McCullough was arrested and subsequently charged. His court date is being finalized. Man charged in Westmoreland double murder. The police have solved the double murder committed in Morass District in Westmoreland last year. 26-year-old Jovain Hines, otherwise called Pooh, has been charged in connection with the fatal shooting of 22-year-old Javon Locke, otherwise called Lucky, and the 36-year-old Kemar Lawson, otherwise called Chargy. The incident occurred about 1:25 on November 22. Investigators had reported that Locke and Lawson were at a house in Whithorn. When the accused and 2 other armed men invaded the dwelling, they shot both victims. Hines was captured in a police operation on July 22. It was subsequently charged based on witness statements. Higher than normal increase in CXC examination fees to come in 2026. There will be an increase in fees for students sitting Caribbean Examinations Council exams in 2026. The Overseas Examination Office, OEC, in a letter to principals and other heads of institutions, revealed that there will be what it termed a higher than normal increase in CXC fees for the 2026 examinations. The OEC explained that in late 2025, it had received notification of an increase in fees for the 2025 examination year, but that the information was communicated too late in the registration period to be implemented this year. As a result, the OEC said, because the increases were not implemented then, those for the 2026 examinations will include that increase, as well as another adjustment for the 2026 examinations. Additionally, the governing body said CXC's new registration deadline will also take effect for the 2026 examinations, and this will affect the Overseas Examination Office's closing dates for the receipt of registration documents by approximately 2 weeks. The OEC said it has decided to provide this advisory in order that schools will have some time to prepare and craft their notices to parents and guardians. Police, military and election day workers to vote on August 29. Election day workers and members of the police and military forces are set to vote on Friday, August 29. The Electoral Office of Jamaica EOJ said it is finalizing preparations to conduct the polls for the 45,455 special services electors across the island. A total of 215 locations have been designated to facilitate voting for the 12,793 police electors, 5,126 military electors, and 27,536 election day workers. The list of polling locations includes schools, churches, police stations, community centers, and military bases, and are allocated as follows: 10 polling locations or 38 polling stations for military voting, 21 polling locations or 92 polling stations for the police, and 184 polling locations or 197 polling stations for election day workers. The Representation of the People Act makes provision for election day workers police and military to vote ahead of the rest of the population to ensure that they are available for duty on election day. Special service electors who do not use the opportunity to vote on Friday, August 29, will not be able to do so on September 3 because their names have been extracted from the general voters list. The names on the voters list used on September 29 will not be on the civilian list used on September 3. The EOJ said police and military personnel have been assigned to vote at the voting location closest to where they are based or stationed. It said the ballots will later be sorted and transferred to the respective returning officers to be counted on September 3. The EOJ said it worked closely with the Jamaica Constabulary Force and the Jamaica Defence Force to ensure that the list of the police and military electors were prepared on time. Election day workers, police and military electors may visit www.ecj.com.jm and click on Check My Status to find out where they are to vote. In today's feature, we're looking at financial planning.
Financial planning isn't just about making smart choices. It's about being disciplined, committed, and consistently working towards your long-term goals. By setting clear objectives and crafting a thoughtful plan, you can achieve financial stability faster than you might think. But before rushing into decisions, the first step is finding the right advisor who can provide expert guidance on making informed choices. So, what should you do during this financial planning process?
You need to build an emergency fund. You need to also have retirement planning, and you need to also have critical illness planning in the event of any emergency. So let's take some time to go through a few items. For your emergency fund, you want to make sure you have at least 2 to 3 months of your monthly expense saved. One of the best ways to do that is to automate your savings. So if it is that you make X per month, you set aside a percentage of your income for savings, at least 10 to 15%. And then you set up a standing order with your bank or salary deduction with your workplace. So that is automated. Now, once you have achieved your goal of your emergency fund, and remember this is emergency, not for trips, not for partying, in the event of an emergency. The next thing you want to address are your high interest rate debts. Start first by looking at your credit cards. If your minimum payment is $10,000 and within your budget you can pay 15 or 20, aggressively pay it down so that you get rid of it in a short period of time. Then look at your hire purchase agreements with your financial places or your places that you buy furniture and stuff from. Let's say you take out a washing machine. When you calculate your interest that you're paying back over time, you're paying for that unit maybe 2 or 3 times. So really what you want to do is aggressively pay off your principal. Once you've comfortably secured all of that, then the next thing you want to do is income protection. What most persons don't think about is, what happens if I'm not able to earn? You make X per month, but then you get a critical illness, a heart attack, stroke, in worst case scenario, cancer. At best, your workplace will give you your pay for at least a month or 2. Then they'll give you compassionate leave. After that, all the bills are on you. And that's what really drives most of us home. So you really want to safeguard that with a critical illness plan. What that does is, in the event of any form of illness or any emergency, a lump sum is paid out directly to you. Once you've covered your income protection, now you need to set aside goals that you're saving towards. Whether it's to purchase a home, whether it's educational fund if you have a child, or whether it's retirement, which is long-term savings. Now, your approach to savings is multifaceted. You take different approach. One is you can do equities and stocks, which is long-term. I'll encourage that for pension and retirement. You can also contribute to a pension scheme. And if your workplace offers the option for you to contribute maximum contribution, then do that, because pension payments are also tax-free. The next option you have is your bonds, government bonds. You have the opportunity of doing equities or stocks, or in our current climate with the JSE getting more active, we have IPOs that are coming out. So you can listen to different financial reports, and if a company is going to be listed, then it's a good opportunity for you to invest. But do your research first on the company. Make sure you read their prospectus and invest in that. The good thing about these IPOs is that it gives you an opportunity to aggressively increase or multiply your funds. Nothing beats starting a business because you can earn in that current time value of money when you retire. Whereas pensions are good, the thing about pension is that you're paid one set income until your day has come. However, with a business, you have the opportunity to increase your revenue, increase your sales or your offerings in line with inflation or whatever the current value of money is at that time. So the best thing is to start saving for now. Go through, sit down, think about what are the hobbies, things that you like doing and what you can monetize. First, write out all your debts. Write out what your monthly payback is and write out the interest rate. And then start with the snowball effect. Start paying off the smallest one first. Once you clear that, you reallocate those funds to paying off the next one. And once you clear that, you reallocate those funds to paying off the other one until you clear them off. But be aggressive about it and give yourself a specific timeline. It may be tight for a little bit, but at the end of the day, you're clearing up all of these funds that you'll be paying into debt to use as investment.
To recap, financial success demands discipline and consistency. Start by budgeting for living expenses, emergency funds, and savings. And if entrepreneurship is your goal, use your salary to grow your business until it replaces your income. With these tools, be responsible and enjoy the journey to financial success.
JBN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.